Morning ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of the video diary. How's it going today? Today it's a miserable grey day, but it's nice. It's a nice day today. It's Friday today, and yesterday was a bit of a day off. Like, I didn't really do all that much work on campus. I just kind of did some like organising behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff. But today we have to make up for that fact. I have a lab, a 2-hour lab from starting at 9 o'clock, which will be going over the new coursework for intelligent agents. I've still got to do like some coursework from the old coursework still, but this coursework's now out, so that's fun. And I apologise for the wind, because I am assuming wind noise is going to be a pain. There's like a wind tunnel down here. But yeah, yesterday was a bit of a day off, so today I've got to make sure that I go and I do as much work as I can do. It's going to be a productive day. I want to get as much of the my slides done as possible for the presentation I'm doing in 2 weeks for the old intelligent agents coursework. Hey! So that is the plan there. I'm going to go and sit in the lab as soon as it opens. I'm thinking I was going to go to the library for like an hour and then move. But I want to make sure I get a good spot in the lab. So, but yeah, so after that I've got finishes at 11. I've then got a 2-hour gap until I have a meeting with the board. Don't know who the board is, but it's a board of people that are like judging our degree, and I'll be telling them like, oh, how it can be improved and all that kind of shit. That finishes at 1:30. It's only half an hour long, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, to be honest with you. I don't know. After today we don't have any lectures for a week. We don't, like computer science doesn't, but some courses do. In fact, the vast majority of courses I think don't actually have. We've got something called Consolidation Week, which is designed to catch up on coursework, catch up on lecture notes, and I need it. I've fallen behind on lecture notes over the past 2 weeks. Not fallen behind on fallen a little bit behind on the notes themselves, but also fallen behind on like typing them up and all that kind of stuff. Are you going to open, or do I have to go through physics? No. Isn't that nice? Cool. Question is now, I've got to get up one floor, so it's actually best, because I can't, if I go onto the stairwell, I'm going to have to, I can't escape, can I? So I always get locked in. Let's go another floor. I forgot what I was doing then, sorry. Next week we don't actually have any lectures. I've got a conference I'm going to on Thursday. High Integrity Software Conference in Bristol. But beyond that, I've got a week off. So it's going to be a week of going to lectures and, going to the library and just trying to bash out as much coursework as possible. I want to therefore finish my lecture notes, fully catch up on lecture notes by the end of this weekend. And I want the intelligent agents lecture slides, Viva slides, done by the end of this weekend as well, preferably today, because I'm going to need internet for it. So that's my focus today. Lecture slides over the weekend, lecture notes. To be careful which doors you open and don't open, because they're all locked at this time. So I just let someone out who was locked in. What I'm trying to say is, like, a week off is brilliant. Like, it's really, really useful, and I really, really need it. But that's the point, we need it. It's not a week off. It's a case of you have to stay on it for the entire week to make sure that you can get everything done still, because there is a lot of work. So I've got to continue my 9 to 5s, even if I do them in Bristol, and save myself some petrol. Although I am thinking of coming to Bath one day to work with Andy on some stuff. Speaking of which as well, one day I've got to get C programming working on my laptop. I have a feeling I'm going to have to install a load of software I don't want to install for the next couple of courseworks. I'm not happy about it, to be honest with you, but that's nice. Why's my Wi-Fi not on? Ugh, come on. Also in a position where I feel like I need a break, so it's kind of a thingy. We are in, and we're probably going to have to look into ways of doing things like running C# code and stuff like that. C code. I'm thinking there might be a good plugin for Visual Studio. I know Visual Studio does it, but it's kind of like a bit of a hack the way it runs C. So I'm considering getting some kind of C tool for Visual Studio, see what it's there. Also, I need to figure out how to run Java-based stuff, because I believe this coursework is going to be much more test-heavy than it will be the other one was. I think we need to install virtual machines on our machines to do it. Limited hard drive space, man. And we are... When was the last time I spoke to you? I was going to the lab. Yeah, the lab was interesting. I had to come out of that room. The room's horrible. It's just so, like, pressurised. Like, it's just... I don't know, there's something weird about it that I don't like. I've never been in this building. I'm just walking like I know what I'm doing. Okay. Feels like someone should be here, but like a lot of people should be here, but they're currently not. Am I supposed to be here? I'm a bit of an explorer, to be honest with you. So yeah, that room, I can't do work in it properly. Something about it is just too like penned in. I just don't like it at all. I always recommend this, by the way, if you're at university. Just have a walk around, see what you might find. Porter's Lodge, no. I'm trying to find rooms that might be good to work in. That might be, I just tried, because I've got a meeting soon down in the south of the campus, but I've never been to the south. Like, I've never been in the buildings. I've walked past them and stuff, but I've never been in them. So I thought, oh, I'll have a poke around, see if I can find any like computer labs that maybe no one else has ever been in, because the vast majority of things are in like east and west buildings, not south buildings. And like south buildings, you have to go all the way down there too. Whereas everything else is on like the main parade, so they'll be busy. But anyway, yeah, that computer lab, I didn't really get a lot of stuff done. I've sorted out like some latex slides and stuff. Yeah, I'm doing my slides in latex because I feel a bit obsessed with latex. I've installed it now, I'm going to make the fucking most of it. It's actually not too bad at slides and stuff, because its slides are basically just simple bullet points, so kind of makes sense. And they want it in PDF, not something else, so may as well. Anyway, that's by the by. What else? Yeah, so we've got stuff for the next coursework, and I have found something that my laptop can't do. To do the coursework, for some fucking reason, we've got to install a virtual machine onto our computers, which is 10 gigs. Bear in mind, I've got a 64 gigabyte hard drive, and I installed it onto the external SD card, not the SD card, the SSD 3.0 thing. I've got hard drive, 500 gigabyte hard drive. I plug into it, but it's so slow to run, and I got to the point where I'm like, look, this isn't important. Hopefully, I can just do all of this on Atlas, and it's set up so that now, like, all of my work has to be done on that VM, because the GitHub thing that they're using is like linked to theirs, and I can't link it to mine. So I can't, in theory, work on both Atlas and my laptop. It's one or the other, which is annoying as balls. So there's that. But yeah, so I was just kind of doing lecture slides and then kind of procrastinating a bit. I just kind of want to go home so that I can go and do work in the other library. I've had lunch and all that kind of stuff. I go to my usual. I'm in a limbo. I've got 15 minutes before this meeting. I'm like, what do? I'm just going to go to my relaxation spot, which is always nice and quiet. Ah dear, just climb some stairs to get there, all that shit. But yeah, I always kind of feel like this on Friday. I'm much better I'm a Monday worker, not a Friday worker. Other people are using it. No, it's nothing sacred anymore. Well, this view is not even half as good, is it? Let's be honest. So, heading to my meeting, and then as soon as this meeting finishes, I'm hitting the road home. And I'll go to the library and try and get a bit of productivity out of this day. I've got a lot of work to do. I think to this day, I don't think I've ever had a productive Friday. So, I genuinely blame that room. I think my only productive Friday was the week we weren't in that room. We were in a different room, and it was nice. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining things. Okay. Let's go and tell the board what for. Lectures for the day, done. Meeting for the day, done. We're going back to the car now. That meeting was, well, it was alright. Like, the meeting itself wasn't bad, but I've left it wanting to say words. To ramble, but I haven't got a car cam, so I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to think to myself, I want to write a blog, because I don't want to make what I want to say wrong. I want to be able to edit it. But some strong opinions about this university now. And stuff, and I feel like it needs to be documented either in a main channel video or a blog. and it's most likely easier for me to make a blog than a main channel video. And saying that, that'll probably not get made either because I ain't got time, lol. But ladies and gentlemen, bloody flew back as well. I need a cup of tea before I head on out. Yeah, I feel like I've got words to say about the university, or to be fair, arguably my course in the university. But I feel like they're difficult words to say without a fine-tooth comb going over them and being like, is that what you mean? Because that's what it comes across like. So I'm thinking of writing a blog for it. I'm going to have a cup of tea to start with, because I'm gasping for a brew. And then I'm going to head off to the library and try and do some lecture, some Viva slides stuff. I've never done a Viva before, so I don't really know what to do. It's weird because we've got to hand in the slides, which get marked. There's like 20% of the coursework comes from these lectures, these like Viva slides, and then 50% is on the presentation, the Viva itself. But like, that's contradictory because slides, usually a sign of a good presentation is one where you don't need slides. And the signs of a bad presentation is when all the information is on the slides. You know what I mean? So it's like a weird thing where, I don't know, it's strange. Normally you're told, if you do a presentation, don't put all the information on the slides. But if they're going to mark the slides, does that mean they want all the information on the slides? And then in which case, what defines a good presentation? I don't know. I just don't know. So, there's that. 2. Oh man, I do need a cup of tea. Nachos for dinner tonight as well because, why? Because why? Because, we were going to have sausage and mash, or cheese and potato pie for its technical term. But we aren't anymore because we don't have any sausages. And I was going to drive by Sainsbury's, but as I'm driving home, I messaged Laura like, I'm kind of in the mood for nachos. Nachos was planned for tomorrow's dinner, but I'm kind of in the mood for nachos tonight. And it means tomorrow we can spend longer doing cause it takes longer obviously doing a cheese and potato pie. Okay, and we are heading off to the library. I started saying K then before you'd even beeped. We're heading off to the library now. We're going to go and do some work. Today it feels like similar to yesterday, a bit like a slow day because it just kind of is. It feels like it's sluggish, and that normally happens, to be fair, after like a bulk set of deadlines. But like I say, it's something that I can't really allow to happen. So this university thing, I'll give you like a brief summary. Like I say, I want to go into it in detail. It kind of stems down to the point that if I was to go back 3 years, knowing everything I know now, except my degree knowledge, and my placement knowledge and all that shit, go back a couple of years and reapply to university. So to fill you in, when I applied for my courses, I applied for Cambridge, although there's that whole law thing that happened, but I applied to Cambridge. Well, originally I would have moved out for, when I was applying for universities, I would have moved out for Cambridge, and that's it. Otherwise I'd have stayed in Nottingham and gone to Nottingham Trent if I didn't get the grades. That was the plan. Before I handed in my application, however, I was like, no, I need to move out of home. I just want to move away. I don't want to stay in Nottingham anymore. It's a bloody good decision. No offence, anyone in Nottingham. But so I then went down the league table and I went, are you in the south? Are you more southern than Nottingham? Yes. Do you have a swimming pool? Yes. Apply for you. And using that sorting process, I applied to Warwick and Bath. And I chose Bath because I liked the course. The course is good. There's less hardware. I'm not interested in hardware. People are good at hardware. I'm not. I want to do software, and it's very software-y at Bath. That's why I picked it. So my application in that sense was Cambridge first, because it has to be, otherwise there's no point applying. Bath, Warwick, Nottingham Trent, and the two I chose were Nottingham and Bath, I think. Or did I pick Nottingham Trent as a fallback? I don't know, one of the two. If I was to reapply, I would apply for, in order of like, this is the order I'd take them. If they all went, okay, you can have it, I would go, right, okay, number 1, University of Bristol. Number 2, University of Leeds. Number 3, University of Cambridge. Number 4, UWE. University of West England, and number 5, Bath. And the only reason Bath even makes that list is because Nottingham doesn't. And I can't talk about universities I've never been to or never seen before. So Nottingham doesn't make the list because I wanted to move out. So Bath gets a token 5th placed behind UE. Like UE I would definitely get into because my grades would have walked me in. But Bath would have been 5th. Arguably you could rewrite that list with Nottingham in Bath's place and it makes no difference because I wouldn't go there. That's what it all stems down to. The question is why? Why wouldn't I go back to Bath if I was to reselect my degrees? And it boils down to the fact that I'm embarrassed. Like, the university embarrasses me. Like, we was in that meeting today and they're talking about things, and like, you step back from that and you go, right, okay, our university has a budget nearly double the size of the University of Leeds. It has nearly 1/3 of the students. Double the budget, 1/3 of the students, should be rolling in it, right? Shouldn't have any problems at all. And yet, the entire computer science undergraduate degree has 30 computers. There is no space to do anything. The modules are ancient. All of them are out of date in computer science, and most of them are tiered towards academia, which 90% of people going into software engineering don't give a damn about. Because they're all going to business, which is why a lot of people are selecting software engineering as an option now, because of the strong career prospect that you can get from it. So you look at the fact that the university can afford to do things, and then, so that's fine, right? Okay, you live in a world where you're like, right, okay, the university has X budget, we've got this much, other things cost money. Computer science has 30 computers, which is a fucking joke, which it all stems down to, and the modules are really old and they're understaffed and all that shit. They've got a load of problems beyond just that, which is fine. Until you go to another university, then you look at the fact that they've got huge amounts of resources. You know what I mean? Like, we have more computers at my college, which isn't even a college, it's a 6th form, for computing, arguably, which you can't really say, because they were IT computers. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like, it's embarrassing. And it make, like, genuinely, I would have moved. If someone said to me, you can continue on, you can get all the grades you want to get, like, no problem at all, just move to, and you're not at a disadvantage because you've missed previous whatever. So like, literally, your 3rd year you can do anywhere, and it, you know what I mean, you're not disadvantaged because you've done these topics over there, but to do the degree here you need these topics from year 2 or year 1, and I haven't done them. In a heartbeat, in a fucking heartbeat, I'd move. Because I just feel like the university just doesn't care. And the problem is, it's not even the university's fault, because, well, it is, but the problem Bath has is that it's just, like, the place is flawed. They want to increase the amount of students. They can't increase the size of the campus. And the campus is tiny compared to any other campus you've ever been to. Like, apart from this one I'm about to walk to, which is the, like, 3rd campus this place has. We've got an entire campus which is like the size of a couple of buildings at Bristol, or a couple of buildings at Leeds. It's mental. In fact, our campus probably isn't too dissimilar to the size of Nottingham's computer science campus, because it has its own campus. It's not on the main campus, and the main campus is fucking huge. So because of weird rules where they're not allowed to build tall buildings, because the university can't be seen from the city centre, some weird bullshit rule like that, and it's just so, I don't know, man. I feel so disheartened by it all. Don't get me wrong, my degree is worth a lot. It's worth a lot from Bath because it has a strong academic background. The problem is, you go into industry and they say, okay, have you done this before? And I'll go, yes, because I did it on placement. Genuinely, we were talking to people after that meeting saying, like, the things that we like best about this university are the things the university has zero control over. The placements, which arguably it has control over, like pushing us into it and giving us the prep so we can do it. But the placements, the people there, that's about it. Its location. Is it a good location? Because the city is not very good, because it's boring. It's too small. And it's not even a case of, right, let's say that they can magically expand campus so that there's enough room for everyone. The city's not going to magically expand. The city is already like overcrowded and overpopulated. So in short, that's what I'm at now. And part of me feels bad because people have gone to Bath because I've said it's good. They've watched my videos and gone, oh, Bath looks good. People will say to me all the time, like, oh, I'm thinking of applying to Bath. I don't know whether they're thinking of applying to Bath and found me because they Googled it, or because they've watched my videos and gone, oh, let's go there. But a couple of people have said to me, like, oh, I'd never even heard of Bath. The politics girl I spoke to the other day on Wednesday said, I've never heard of Bath until I watched your video. And I'm like, I've put her there. And I wouldn't be there myself. I feel like I've done a dishonour, been a disservice to you. But these are things that are going on in my head, and I feel like I need to write a video, like write something down to properly express it, because there are good things about the university, like the course isn't very hardware-y. That's a good thing. Some of the lecturers are good, some of the courses are good. The course choices are too small, there aren't many of them. But what can you do with a small department of like 10 lecturers? Or, well, there's more than that, but that's my opinion. There's a very brief entry into what I'm thinking. I feel bad for even saying this now, because I feel like I shouldn't slag off my university. I should be like, yeah, go to Bath, it's great. I feel bad for saying this on a public forum, which is crazy. That's like a brief tip of the iceberg of what I've been thinking and stuff. Gotta do some work. Lol. It's time to head home, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Friday. I was in the quiet area upstairs, but it looks like even the group area is empty now, so Friday, never a productive day, is it, for anyone? To be fair. I'll probably be come back Saturday and Sunday. I'm supposed to be, like, it's supposed to be a relatively relaxed weekend. Like, I'm not having an entire day of working solidly or anything like that, because I've got an entire week where I can work solidly, with the exception of Thursday where I'm out and busy, and then like I've got like a couple of odd appointments left, right and centre, being like Friday evening I have a telephone interview, also have a Tuesday I'm going to Bath to work with Andy for the day. We're going to do some parallel computing together and all that kind of stuff. So there's like some odd things that I'm doing with my consolidation week, but essentially I've got a full 24 hours day, well, full work day here. That is essentially what I'm going to do. I'm going to come here, I'm going to set up camp, and I'm just going to beaver away all day long. Ah man, I need some new headphones though, because my earphones are uncomfortable. I don't like wearing earphones for a long amount of time. It really annoys me. Shall I go the dark way back? Yeah, fuck it, YOLO, get it down there, boys. Otherwise, in between like relaxing with Laura and like we're going to town, I think, or like little things that we're doing, I am more or less 100% of the time beavering away, typing up lecture notes, just catching up on stuff. I want, like I say, lecture notes out of the way, those slides out of the way. These slides, by the way, are worth 20% of this coursework. The code was worth 30%. It's not going to take me the same amount of hours. It's going to take me like 5 hours max to get these slides done and perfect. And how many hours did I pour into the code? That's just how bad like everything's split. It's not bad, because it means if you fuck up the coursework, which I did, it doesn't really matter, because you can just do some really good slides and make all your points back. But you know how it is, lol. Yeah, so it's going to be like tonight. We're going to have nachos for dinner. Yummy, yummy nachos. And then I am going to be beavering away, just tippity tap tapping away on my keyboard, typing up lecture notes and stuff, or doing slides, whatever really. Obviously just don't have internet at home still until next Thursday. Thursday it gets installed. Laura's having a half day to let them install it. We're also getting a new washing machine in a week, so yeah, next Thursday too, on the same day. What a coinky dink. So we get new internet and a new washing machine. Way. What else is going on? otherwise, there was something I was going to say before I started the camera. I was like, "Oh, tell them about that, because that's relatively interesting." For a long time, I have been an avid user of two different apps, Cloud Magic and Sunrise. Cloud Magic is an email client for Android and iOS, I believe, and Sunrise is a calendar client for virtually anything. And calendar is brilliant because you can go through and you can recolour all of the different items and all that kind of shit. But Microsoft bought Sunrise, and made it all. Well, they haven't changed it at all since they brought it out, basically. But it's really good. Let's keep an eye out for people, so I'm not just going to go blundering into a crowd of youths. The problem is now that Microsoft are combining, or planning to combine, Outlook. They're going to get rid of Sunrise and put it all into Outlook Mail and Calendar, which is really irritating. So now I'm going to try and force myself to start using the normal Outlook app instead of the normal Mail and Calendar app on my Surface and Atlas, and then potentially download them and get them sorted out on my laptop as well, on my phones as well. Just because I better start getting used to it before. The problem is literally the one thing I really love about Sunrise. Two things: the widget, which is awesome, and different colours for different events. Because I want to have like examinable stuff, deadlines in red. I have lectures in orange, like things I don't really need to go to but are good in yellow. Green is for the thing where I get to university and stuff, so that Google Now picks up my when I should drive. And I like it. I hate change. Well, no, I hate step back. They say they're like migrating things over. They better migrate the colour options, because that'll make me happy. So, right. Oh, it's literally pitch fucking black. But it's not black, I can see. Oh look, there's a bike light. Jump into the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a lovely evening. We had nachos, and then we went for a walk up the road to get out. I fancied a walk after nachos, and I was a bit hungry again. So we went to go and pick up some pastries from the old Morrison's, and I got some mince pies and come on in. Yeah, go for it. But yeah, it's alright. So I've now broken the seal on this year's mince pies. I do love a good mince pie. Is that? I wish they sold them all year round. I'd have them all year if they wanted to put them on all year round. I won't mind. So, anyway. Otherwise, we'll watch a bit of TV. Fun. Weekend tomorrow. Don't even know what the plan is. We've got post office to go to and stuff. But otherwise, not a lot of stuff to go. So, right. Thank you. God, it's late. Well, it's not. It's 11. It's not really late, is it? But thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you later.